Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Hello.
Whenever you are listening and wherever you are, this is Fit Disney, helping you make sure your Disney resort is a good fit for you and your family. Today we are on location at Walt Disney World's Saratoga Springs Resort. Now, if you don't mind, really quick, please like and subscribe right now. We are just trying to get up to the 100 subscribers mark, and I would really appreciate your help getting there. And they're off. Greetings, and hope you have a great start out of the gate for your stay at Saratoga Springs here at Walt Disney World. One of the bigger, more sprawling, diverse resorts intertwined by the Lake Buena Vista Golf Course. Whether you are a maiden, just meeting here for the first time, a colt, a filly, or a gelding, ouch! Welcome to the home of the third leg of the Triple Crown, the home of the Belmont Stakes. Horses don't come to mind when you think about Disney World, right? But take another look at Disney and Pixar movies. What other species of animal is more well represented? Not just in the sheer number of Disney horses, but the fact that they are rarely villainous. They are companions to the protagonist. Most often, they are courageous, intelligent, humorous, mythological, dependable. They are helping cats in the Aristocats and helping puppies in 101 Dalmatians. They are reliable, undeniably lovable, with personified personalities. Each one is different from the next. Most Disney movies have some sort of heroic animal involved, and many times that behind-the-scenes supportive animal is a horse. So, horse racing theme being wildly obvious aside, there is plenty of Disney theming as well, of course, and this deluxe resort reminds us of more a high-end golf and spa resort destination, more so than a typical Disney resort. Almost has a residential feel, and it seems like there is a good reason for this. Saratoga Springs sits on the same property and has repurposed buildings from two other ideas. Initially, the Lake Buena Vista Land Company wanted to make a residential Disney neighborhood, but eventually that idea gave way to the Disney Institute. Who says everything Disney does succeeds? At the Disney Institute, guests would take classes. Now, classes in quotation, because it's classes in like cooking, landscape design, animation, filmmaking, and all on a large tract of land near what was then downtown Disney and now Disney Springs. The people would stay in townhomes while taking the courses, but ultimately, the idea broke down for a number of reasons. So, after 2003, the Disney Institute closed, and this coincided with a rising demand for Disney Vacation Club rooms, DVC. So, it made sense to convert the Institute to a new resort, heavy with DVC rooms. Saratoga was not a ground-up project, utilizing the existing structures from the Disney Institute. It lands in the middle of the pack for its age as a resort, and is one of the forerunners after Old Key West of the DVC or Disney Timeshare program, which has been so wildly successful. So it's really more on the newer side of dedicated Disney resorts. From deluxe studios around 330 square feet to 3-bedroom grand villas nearly 2,200 square feet, there are rooms for all sizes of groups and families. Also, each part of the property has a unique personality, as we will see when we look at how Saratoga is organized. Saratoga feels like it should have a ton of rooms, but by Disney's standards, it really does not. Saratoga has the feel of being one of the larger Disney resorts in terms of acreage, but truly it isn't. The narrow, winding boundary lines of the property and the intertwined golf course make it seem much more vast than it really is. However, we would still recommend, if you have multiple rooms in your party, to request being at least in the same building. Also, because the buildings have 4 floors and are bunched together, it provides lots of open space. So, while the rooms per acre density seems high, it really does not feel like a busy, bustling resort. If we take a look at a satellite map of Saratoga Springs, let's take a quick overhead tour. First, to the south we have Village Lake and Disney Springs. Bordering the north side of the property is Disney Vacation Club Way, the most unsubtly named road at Disney. and to the east, East Buena Vista Drive. Next, we have the Lake Buena Vista Golf Course, and here are holes numbered 10, 11, 17, and 18 around the grandstand portion of Saratoga. From Village Lake, we have some water taxiways going around to the southwest to Old Key West and to the northwest, Port Orleans. Now for the resort itself, let's start right in the middle with the Springs area. This is where your main lobby is and check-in for your stay or if you're playing golf. The gym and the old spa and arcade are here, and the largest of Saratoga's 5 pools. There's also a laundry facility and a few dining options. There's the Artist Palette quick service foods, and you can sit and eat right here or grab and go. There's On the Rocks Pool Bar at the Springs Pool, and the Turf Club is a sit-down table service restaurant. This area has the feeling of a pro shop and a country club grill. And down the steps from the Turf Club is the boat launch that takes you over to Disney Springs. Also, you have the main bus stop that allows you to transfer either to the Treehouse Villas or head to any of the Walt Disney World theme parks or Disney Springs. Next is Congress Park, with a pool and laundry room and a playground. They have a bus stop and the bridge to Disney Springs. Now, if you know you're going to spend a lot of time at Disney Springs, I would request to be in Congress Park. The paddock is this narrow area here, and it has a bus stop, actually 2 bus stops, a pool with laundry facilities, and the nicest of the poolside dining options, the Paddock Grill. If you take the bridge across the lake here, it's a pretty quick walk over to the Springs area. Next is the Carousel, the smallest and maybe most forgotten spot in Saratoga. There is a bus stop, but no pool. If you're driving yourself in and out of Saratoga, this is the closest area to the resort entrance. Finally, my favorite, the grandstand area. Kind of a laid-back area here, more separated from the other areas, but with a great pool that has kid-friendly water features, a laundry room, and the backstretch pool bar, also one of the most central and convenient bus stops. Finally, we have the Treehouse Villas, and this feels like a different resort altogether. It has an internal bus loop with 2 stops, which will transfer you over to the Springs area, and it has a modest, average pool and a boat launch to get you over to Disney Springs. These villas are some of the most expensive rooms at Disney. Only 1,000 square feet. They have 2 or 3 bedroom options and offer some of the most reclusive rooms at Disney. Stilted 10 feet up in the air, you'll look out your windows into the southern pines and oak trees and perhaps wonder why you paid $1,500 to $2,200 per night here. The laid-back country club feel is one perk, and the proximity to Disney Springs is another, but remember, all the resorts have their pros and cons, and that's why you're ensuring this is a good fit for you and your family. In terms of fitness centers, it makes sense that the Health Club at Saratoga is regarded as the best fitness center in the Walt Disney World universe. It is 24 hours, like all the Disney Resort gyms, and has Life Fitness and Hammer Strength machines. It also includes standard and recumbent bicycles, treadmills, elliptical machines, and stair climbers. There are free weight benches and dumbbells, and tons of room to spread out. This would have been the community workout center for a master-planned neighborhood as originally designed, and knowing that, it makes sense why it's so big and well-equipped. If you're interested, the Senses Spa at Saratoga is and has been closed since 2020 with the arrival of COVID. It will not reopen. The interior has been converted to vacation club offices. If you've seen some of our other Fit Disney Resort reviews, we have given the idea of doing some indoor miles, walking in the interior hallways of some of the larger deluxe resorts like the Contemporary, Wilderness, Dolphin, Animal Kingdom Lodge. But we don't have internal room hallways here, so this does not really apply. Also, I know some of you might like to run the stairs, but unless you're okay with the distance between the buildings, the tallest stairs we have here are just 4 stories. There is a jogging loop that we will review here, starting at this corner by the pool and bus stop at the Springs area. It winds in front of these buildings, then around the lake, through the paddock area, almost to Congress Park, over the bridge and back up the main road here. This is a 0.8 mile or 1.29 kilometer loop. You can extend the loop here before cutting back toward the springs, heading down and around Congress Park, and then back up. This would give you a 1.4 mile or 2.25 kilometer loop. On most of our Fit Disney videos, we will do a Fit Disney challenge designed to add a little more distance. And today at Saratoga, we'll start by using the existing 1.4 mile loop previously discussed and do a Treehouse Villas loop in addition. Start at the start and ending point of that 1.4 mile loop that we just reviewed and head past the Springs Pool to the check-in drop-off area here up front, and then down this hill toward the grandstand area. After passing the grandstand pool, there is a small picnic gazebo, and here you're 0.21 miles into the next leg of your run or walk. Continue here through the grandstand, between these two buildings, and past the green of this golf course hole, following the signs to Treehouse Villas. Once inside, follow the main road one time around the Treehouse Villas and retrace your steps all the way back to the grandstand gazebo. The total here would be 2.85 miles or 4.59 kilometers. But if you finish up at that same Springs bus stop area, it's more like 3.06 miles or 4.92 kilometers. Let us know how you like this, but for us, it's one of our favorite on-resort jogging loops. Most Disney resorts are in clusters. You have the Contemporary, Polynesian, Grand Floridian, and Wilderness around the Magic Kingdom. The Skyliner route has the Riviera, Caribbean Beach, Pop Century, and the Art of Animation. The Disney Springs area has the Old Key West, Port Orleans, and Saratoga Springs. And Epcot has the beach and yacht clubs, the boardwalk, and the Dolphin and Swan. Now, just to give you an idea of some relative distances between Saratoga Springs and the other resort areas within the Disneyverse, let's look at how far it is from Saratoga Springs to Disney Springs, 0.7 miles or 1.12 kilometers. To the Old Key West, 1.3 miles or 2.08 kilometers. The Port Orleans French Quarter, 1.6 miles or 2.56 kilometers. To the Riviera, 2.6 miles, that's 4.16 kilometers. To the Boardwalk, 3.3 miles or 5.28 kilometers. If you're going down to the Caribbean Beach, 3.5 miles, which is 5.6 kilometers. And if you want to go to the Swan, it's 3.6 miles or 5.76 kilometers. If you go to either the Dolphin or the Pop Century or the Art of Animation, it's 3.9 miles, which is 6.24 kilometers. To the Yacht and Beach Club, 4.2 miles or 6.72 kilometers. To Fort Wilderness, 4.4 miles or 7.04 kilometers. To the ESPN Zone, 4.6 miles or 7.36 kilometers. To the Polynesian Resort or Wilderness Lodge, 5.6 miles or 8.96 kilometers. Or over to the Coronado Springs, it's 5.7 miles or 9.12 kilometers. If you'd like to go to the Contemporary Resort, it's 6.1 miles or 9.76 kilometers. And then either to the Grand Floridian or down to the All-Star Music, it's 6.2 miles, which is 9.92 kilometers. And finally, way over to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, 8.1 miles or 12.96 kilometers. A few overall impressions of the Saratoga Springs Resort here at Disney. It really has the feel of a golf course first resort. Honestly, I felt like maybe I was in South Carolina near the coast or really anywhere on the Atlantic coast with the large hardwood trees. The villa complexes are painted in cheerful pastel Victorian colors like soft greens, blues, and terracotta. The exterior detailing of them with the Romanesque tradition like gables and columns and arched windows and the signature square towers. This has a nice family feel to it. And while the Disney theming is present, it is not overwhelming. It's not like the Art of Animation or the Contemporary. And it would be a nice weekend retreat that involves no Disney World parks. The resort perks include free laundry, pools all over the place. There's only one playground if that's important to you. The treehouse villas are a very interesting and neat, but very expensive option. The food options at Saratoga, I would say, are meh compared to other deluxe resorts like the Polynesian and Wilderness, and not even a deluxe resort, the Coronado. The relative distance to the parks and the length of time to get there is not the greatest. The internal bus loop can take a while, and we intend soon to do a video that demonstrates how long these internal bus loops really take to get in and out of the resort. Saratoga may not be the best option if your goal is to rope drop. Try a walk-in resort like the Dolphin and Swan, Beach, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, or the Contemporary or Grand Floridian if that's your goal. There are plenty of walking paths and ways to connect over to Disney Springs, and could really make yourself some good medium distance runs while you're staying here. And the fitness center is the biggest and best of all the resorts we've reviewed. So remember, make sure your Disney resort is a good fit for you. Take care, and we will see you next time. Please remember to like and subscribe and help us get to 100 subscribers. Take care.